You thought I was done? Today, we're going to learn how to use AI to make our Garmin data way more useful.
I love AI. Do you use AI?
So there's a company called Grafana that makes a software that allows companies to make analytics dashboards. And someone's came on here and created a dashboard called Garmin Stats. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this Garmin Stats dashboard. You might need to be a bit tech savvy, and we're going to use Claude to analyze the data. So once you get that installed, you're going to have a Docker container running for Garmin Grafana. And you'll be able to go to this dashboard on your local host. And when you go to Garmin Stats, you'll be able to see all your data with some pretty cool visualizations. So I opened up Claude Code in the Garmin Grafana repo that I cloned, and I made some skills to do different data analysis. So I made this skill called Garmin Analysis, which pretty much looks at my previous training and it will normalize them based on where I was located, just because I've lived in a few different places over the last year. And I wanted to see, have I progressed since my big injury for most of last year? So now when I open a Claude Code instance in my terminal, I can actually run this skill whenever I want. And you can see when I run that, it will generate the figures. So I throw up some of the charts that it's generated. I think they look pretty cool. I'm not saying they're perfectly accurate. They probably aren't. They're probably really wrong. But it's nice to be able to see that you can generate your own graphs with your Garmin data. So we have a scatter plot of my steady state heart rate versus the pace. You want this to be shifted to the right and down as much as possible. Next, we have some sort of aerobic efficiency prediction. You can see this one shows that I have a significant improvement now, which again is likely inaccurate. But in general, I've been running at lower heart rates in Bali because I'm using the Norwegian singles approach. We have graphs like this, pace at normalized heart rate, and you can see it's trending up. And here's another one of steady state heart rate versus pace, but separating the regions into 4 different plots. Another skill I made is training breakdown, and I'm going to use it to help me with my weekly training recaps. And it will look at my runs and look at my progress in my sub-threshold sessions and my base. Like the other skill, I can run training breakdown. I'm still working on the graphs. There's no color coding, so it's really hard to read. But it also gives me a text summary. Now that Claude has access to all my data, I can just come in here and ask it any question I like. For example, how was my HRV over the last 2 weeks? And this is the quick response I get. You can see it points out that I had a noticeable dip a few days ago, but I've bounced back from that. And that also lines up with why I wasn't making videos. I copped the belly, but I'm back now. I think it's cool how HRV can predict you're sick before you actually start feeling sick. But I recommend you try using AI with your Garmin Grafana and get more out of your Garmin.